7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's now time for the Pony Cake Sports Podcast with your hosts, Josh Stevens, Tim Thompson, and Tom Schultz.
I like how I got it down.
Woo!
I got 5. It's all Tommy's money. Buying pizza.
Yeah, we are buying pizza right now with Tommy's winnings. So, Tommy, I hope you enjoy that. Spencer is here. Joey is here. Tom is here.
It's a Christmas party.
Christmas party. Mike was supposed to be here. Tim was supposed to be here. And, yeah, they're not. So,
Tim's pretending like he loves his wife.
talking to your microphone, bro.
Quit being like Tim.
Tim is pretending like he loves his family tonight, which we all know he doesn't, so...
Wow.
Is this live on Facebook?
No, not on
No.
Facebook.
This is going to the league.
Tim will have committed a Steve McNair within 3 years.
Well, that's not good.
It's a bold statement.
It is. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that happened in the championship rounds / third and fourth place. But before we get to that, Tom, you have won the last place loser overall beer bitch. What else would you like to call it?
I'm beer bitch, but technically I whooped Spencer's ass in the consolation ladder, and I actually finished on 11th place via consolation, but I actually got the beer bitch. But I'm just letting you know, Spencer, I beat your ass twice in the consolation bracket.
Did I even set my lineup this week?
I didn't have a defense or kicker, so it's not really saying much.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying I beat your ass by 2.1. How does it feel?
Feels great.
Good.
In the third and fourth place matchup, we had Mike versus Jerry. Mike ended up beating Jerry. Jerry started Corey Coleman, who got him 0.3. Tariq Cohen, who got him 2.1. Will Fuller, who got him 1. Adam Shaheen, great play, Jerry, 0. And on the other side of the ball, Mike had a pretty decent day overall. Do we think Alvin Kamara is going to be the next big running back in drafts from here on out? Is he going to be considered the top 5 running back to be drafted in redraft leagues?
First off, I just want to give you guys props for Alvin Kamara, whatever his name is. You guys make a lot of predictions. A lot of them are wrong.
A lot of them.
But you guys hit him, spot on. First people I've ever heard talk about him at all. And he turned out to be a really good player. I don't know if that was mostly Josh or not. I think it was.
Josh was actually the least highest on him.
Oh, well.
No. I hate him as a player.
Oh, yeah.
I hated him as a player. But
Like
I thought the system fit him perfectly.
Whatever. I was impressed. Just want to let you guys know.
Thank you.
I was impressed.
Can always be right once in a while.
Something about Jerry's team, he's done a lot of interesting shit throughout his whole life. A lot of interesting shit this fantasy year. But to pick 4 players from the game that has the worst weather out of any other game going on, pretty interesting. And those guys got him about 12 points, and 11 of those came from the defense. But interesting, Jerry.
I mean,
If he had the Texans,
Yeah,
if they
it's
didn't
just
get hurt, he probably would have won.
it's just a shame that all the Houston Texans got injured all year and just cost Jerry his fantasy championship.
Spencer, are you going to trade Deshaun Watson?
Oh, I forgot I had him.
Jerry really wants him.
I'll give you a 7.
I might trade him.
All right, we'll talk.
just up in the bidding war. I'll give you a mid 7 for him.
When Jerry dropped him, I said, Jerry, what are you doing? He's like, I accidentally dropped him. I didn't mean to push the button. It's a very Jerry move right there.
What was the pick that you wanted for him? Because he was trying to get that pick from me.
I don't know. Jerry offered me a lot of shit over the
I think you
last
wanted
3
a
weeks.
7 originally.
It was like a 7 or an 8 or something like that. He was offering me trades to get it.
I've just been fire selling my team. Oh, pizza's here. Thanks, Tommy.
Let me ask you this. We have on Mike's team, we have Alvin Kamara, we have Ben Roethlisberger. Basically, Mike sold the farm this year to make the playoffs, right?
Yep.
And what does he do now? Look at some of his keepers. He's got to keep Aaron Rodgers, correct? Almost have to at this point in
He
time.
probably will, just because that's his boy.
Alvin
100%.
Kamara, he's
Yep.
going to keep him.
Dalvin
easily.
Cook.
Dalvin Cook, he's going to keep Dalvin Cook. Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Juju Smith-Schuster, Those are the other guys available. Plus, there's still Jordy Nelson.
Possibly Jamal Williams.
So there's many possibilities going on with Mike's team. Who does he end up keeping out of all these guys? And who is he going to end up trying to trade and get some of his pick value back? Because he is missing a lot on that pick value.
For me, I think you have to lock in Kamara and Cook. I think those two, they're 2 second-year running backs coming out, both young. The running back position is something that Mike has struggled. Besides that, though, it's kind of up in the air. He's got 4 or 5 other guys that he possibly could keep.
Yeah, those two are the obvious. And since it's Mike, he's going to go with Rodgers. I don't know if that's the best choice right now, but he's going to. After that, I would say Keenan Allen will be his 4, and then it's Mike. He's going to go Jordy. I don't know if I'd go with Jordy this year.
He did give up a 6 for Jordy, too.
2 sixes.
2 sixes. You got to remember that.
I feel like he's going to, so I think he's going to leave Diggs on the table. Who else was there? Juju. He's going to leave on the table. Jamal Williams, who knows? I mean, I'm not going to put too much into him right now.
Also remember this, too. We're going to a half-point PPR.
Yep.
And we're going to an extra roster spot, a flex, and an extra bench spot. So with that being said, and we only have 2 running backs, would it be safe to consider keeping a Diggs or a Schuster, probably Diggs over Schuster, rather than keeping Aaron Rodgers and getting those extra bonus points via the half-point PPR?
That would be smart to do that, especially with Rodgers. This isn't the first time he's been injured. He's missed, I believe, multiple games in 2 of the last 4 seasons. He's kind of been a little injury-prone, so keeping him is a little risky. He's got over 15 screws in that throwing shoulder. He did not look like the same Aaron Rodgers throwing against the Panthers. Who knows if his shoulder will ever be 100% healthy. So it's going to be a risk keeping Aaron Rodgers in my eyes.
I'm with that 100%. I would drop Rodgers and try to keep Diggs. That would be my choice. Maybe try to trade Rodgers to somebody stupid like Spencer. Something of that sort you might be able to do.
Jerry on the other side, he's got a lot of interesting choices. You got he's not going to keep Phillip Rivers. We all know that. He's got Christian McCaffrey. He's going to keep Christian. He's going to probably keep Derrick Henry again.
Has to.
He's going to keep, oh my God. Kelvin Benjamin, so that's 3.
Probably Will Fuller.
Corey Coleman maybe?
He's going to trade for Watson from Spencer.
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson.
It's very possible. He's got to do something because this is a pretty interesting take on where this is. He's got to go 5, obviously, and I think he's got maybe 3 for sure guys.
And I think Jerry has like 8 or 9 picks, like 14th round and later.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have like much draft capital to move. So it's going to be interesting. If he tries to get that Deshaun Watson, Spencer has him by the balls right now. Just like Spencer has his full double mushroom pizza. He ordered double mushroom and double pepperoni. Weird ass.
They only gave us pepperoni.
Those motherfuckers.
Oh my
They messed
God.
that up.
Domino's sucks.
What did they do?
Thank God Tommy's paying for that.
Oh, man. This episode is brought to you by Tommy and his winnings paying for our pizza. So,
Oh, man. But I would say McCaffrey, Coleman, Fuller, Marvin Jones even, and Benjamin. Or no, I forgot
He's
about
gotta
Derrick
keep
Henry. Henry instead of, probably Marvin Jones maybe. I mean, that's what I would say. I wouldn't
think
keep.
He's got to keep Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
He traded a lot for him, and the more and more as this has been going on, we've seen Derrick Henry take over rather than DeMarco Murray, even though DeMarco Murray has been a big focal point on that team.
But he has grade 3 sprain in his MCL right now, right? Isn't that what
Yeah.
they said? But no, he's got to keep Henry. I think Fuller or Jones would be the one that suffers.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the championship matchup. Oh, and by the way, Mike did win that. Jerry's team shit a big fucking brick. So, needless to say, Mike is 3rd place. Jerry is 4th place.
Back-to-back dads winning 3rd place.
Yeah,
Tim thought it was very interesting.
It was funny. Tim brought it up, and he's like, I think it's very ironic that Mike got 3rd place. And I was like, what, you guys both have small dicks? And he's like, no, both dads. Oh, okay. That's got to be.
I literally don't think that's ironic at all. It's a weird coincidence.
I agree with that. It was a very stupid comment by Tim.
I don't know. I don't think Tim knows what that word means.
Yeah. Just like, what was the other one? Hedging a bet, right? He didn't know what hedging a bet was. That idiot. Moving on, we have the championship game. We have Team Throat Pounders. Justin going in there with that 7-6 regular season record against I made Jerry tap Tom Rafferty. Tommy pulls out the win, 101.4 to 94.7. Very close, very interesting game. And it was very interesting on how it all came out, because if you look at Justin's team, I wouldn't have done anything different on his starting lineup. Even with Greg Olsen against Tampa Bay, you have to play Greg Olsen the way that he's been playing, and you could not choose to go with Vernon Davis over Greg Olsen. It just, unfortunate for Justin, he ended up losing this week, and Tommy, newcomer bitch, ended up winning the league.
If the Jacksonville Jaguars just put on their normal performance, scoring 12 points a game, Justin would be the champ right now.
Yep.
That was a complete shocker. I don't think anyone called Jimmy Garoppolo dropping 44 points on them and only getting 2 points out of that defense. But yeah, like you said, Justin, he did everything right. He played all the right matchups. He didn't make any big mistakes. Tommy he just has to thank Todd Gurley. His playoff performance, it's amazing. 25.5, 42, and then a 39.6. It's the most points ever scored by a running back in the fantasy playoffs. So
Yeah, Tommy, in addition to buying us this pizza tonight, I feel like you should also make a donation to one of Todd Gurley's favorite charities for him winning you the championship.
Well, that's
I thought you didn't have anything else.
There's a little more there.
Oh, I thought it was like a funny charity.
No,
I think they're going to make fun of him.
I was being legit.
Yeah.
Charity's cool, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, no, his running backs are obviously the top tier in the league. I mean, it's nice when you have Gurley. Got him, obviously, in the little mini draft that him and Luke did. It's nice when you're given Ezekiel Elliott from your, best friend in the league over there. So it makes it a little bit easier there. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, those two are going to win leagues, as they showed to do. When it comes down to Justin, I mean, Jags D, I'm assuming that's the lowest they got this whole year. If they got double-digit like they did in almost every week this whole season, I mean, that puts them right up there, and that puts them into winning it. I don't know how many times they got double-digit. I'm not looking, but I'm sure it's about half the games that they played. So
9 times they're over 10 points.
Yeah.
Week 2, they gave up. They didn't get it. They got 0 points against Tennessee. They 37 points given up.
I feel bad for Justin, but at the same time, we all just found out that Tommy just lost his virginity. So
Did right?
Justin,
Isn't that a real story?
I think it was like 3 years ago or something, but it wasn't just.
you made it sound like it was like in the last 3 months.
No. I just said
I thought it was this week.
Yeah.
I thought it was this week.
I thought it was this new girl who I think is like way out of Tommy's league. So good job, Tommy.
Well, congrats anyways, Tommy. Way to go.
She's always like dressed up nice, and he's wearing like a fucking Green Bay Packers like fucking Jordy Nelson jersey to weddings and shit.
All right, Justin's keepers here. We have Leonard Fournette, Jordan Howard, Doug Baldwin, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill. Think it's safe to say
lock it in.
those are his 5.
Has to be.
You don't think he keeps Brady?
No.
Not with the new flex and everything that we talked about.
Yeah, no, this just makes too much sense for him right here.
Look at Brady's last 4 games. Justin doesn't owe Brady anything. Pretty garbage. 10.9, 11.7, 18.7, 17.8. It's not what you're wanting out of Tom Brady, especially after you made a pretty big-time trade for him.
Agreed. On the other side of the ball, you got Tommy, Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Adam White Guy from Vikings Steeland, Evan Ingram, possibly. And number 5, you can kind of go anywhere across the board on the bottom. Golden Tate, Tevin Coleman. I don't know. Would you be sitting there and feeling comfortable keeping a rookie tight end?
If Devontae Adams is back with the Packers, I think that's a slam dunk, no-brainer right there as the either 4th or 5th guy on his list. But I don't mind Ingram. I think the sky's the limit for him. Tight end number 4 this year. That doesn't happen much for a tight end. The last time we saw a tight end finish that high was, I think it was Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It doesn't happen very often. So you have to think that he's going to be worth a keeper selection. We saw Joey do it this year with Kelsey. That was well worth the selection. In the past, it really hasn't been, but Ingram has shown he could stay healthy, and if he's healthy, he's definitely worth that spot.
Now, is that another guy that you basically just gave to him for nothing?
I got 2 picks for it.
What do you guys think Tommy goes with his keepers?
Go ahead, Spence.
I'm going to go through every team real quick. So we got 13 minutes to do it.
I'm going to go with
Eat this pizza while we do this, too.
Devontae Adams, Gurley, Elliott, Thielen, and I wouldn't keep Evan Ingram. I would probably keep Golden Tate.
I'm close to you on that. I mean, Gurley, Elliott, obvious. Thielen, I think, is obvious right now. I also think Devontae Adams. But after that, since we're going to that flex role, I might go with Coleman. I mean, Coleman in a flex role is your backup running back for the two that you have right now. That's a good flex to have. But you can also go Tate there instead of either Adams or Coleman. So kind of you got a little bit to play with.
That's a very good point because it is also a running back position. So with that being said, you could easily put him in at running back when you have a running back on bye and still be able to play him in the flex when all three of them are available to play.
And he gets good pass catching stats too, as you guys obviously know.
Crowell is also a free agent next year. He might say he lands with Green Bay or even Detroit, and he's the true number one there. He's going to be a possible option.
We are going to move on to Tom's team. What a shit show this is. We have T.Y. Hilton, Amari Cooper, Joe Mixon.
About it right now.
Yeah, I'm maybe Marlon Mack if we see Frank Gore retire, but that's at least 1, 2. That's 3 for sure. And then you're gonna have to do some work with some pick trading and some other guy trading too.
I think you're underestimating Alex Collins. He's been pretty productive with Baltimore. If he's the guy there, I'd think about keeping him, but I'm definitely have to make a couple trades. But
I would say watch Doxson as a sneaky keeper. I was personally thinking about him this past season. I mean, you can ask Josh on that. I was tweeting between him and Thomas. Decided to go with Thomas, but I think Doxson is a very sneaky keeper. It's obviously a little bit of upside and a little bit of risk, though.
yep.
Yeah, I don't really care about your keepers. That's all I got on that.
Oh, God.
Moving on, Tim's team.
Garbage.
Jay Ajayi. He's thinking about Kenyon Drake, Antonio Brown, Cooper Kupp, Emmanuel Sanders, Rob Gronkowski, Sterling Shepard, and OBJ. So,
OBJ, Brown, probably Gronk, Cooper Kupp. He might only keep one running back. It'd probably be between Ajayi and Kenyon Drake.
I would not keep Kenyon Drake. I mean, more power to you, Tim. Go ahead, do that, but it seems like a silly waste of a pick.
I feel like he's got to try to trade Tommy for Coleman because he needs some sort of running back. I'm not a Drake fan.
Yeah.
And Jay Ajayi, he's very good, but they have 3 or 4 running backs that they love on Philly. So that's the only thing that's scary for him.
I think he would end up with Brown, OBJ, Ajayi, maybe Shepard. And like you said, he's got to make a trade for a running back. If not,
Gronk?
then I could. Then he
don't
would
like
keep
Kupp?
Gronk as well. I like Kupp, but they got so many offensive weapons on that team right there. So
Tim will keep Kupp because he's white.
Yeah.
maybe. Next up, final push, Mr. Josh Schultz, and he's got Russell Wilson, Le'Veon Bell, LaShawn McCoy, Brandon Cooks, Larry Fitz, Alshon Jeffrey, Mark Ingram, Bobby Woods, Allen Robinson, AR-15. He's got a lot of
got a bunch.
options, and he's got to trade some guys.
This is a team I will be looking at. I'm just going to wait them out. Wait till like a week before the draft and possibly get 1 or 2 guys off.
Fire sell.
Yep.
I think Bell for sure, McCoy, Cooks.
Ingram.
Ingram's interesting, isn't he? Because he's a free agent, right?
No, he's not. If he makes the All-Pro team, he would be
Ooh.
a free agent. I do not believe that he will be.
I'm going to say this. There's going to be 2 guys that Josh Schultz keeps that are not even on his roster.
Oh, yeah. I agree. He'll do a couple 2-for-1s that need to be done. I'll tell you what, his team became scary at the end of the year. Very scary. I did not want to play him at
He's
all.
probably got the best set of keepers / the best talent on his roster going into the offseason.
I could not believe that trade Jerry made with him.
Which one was that one?
Giving him Alshon Jeffrey and LaShawn McCoy
Oh, yeah.
for
That's right.
Derrick Henry, and I forgot, it was another receiver.
He's still involved with that another 6 in that Derrick
Yeah.
Henry trade. It's very odd.
Yep.
But
Josh Schultz's team's stacked right now.
Josh, I would like Brandon Cooks back, please.
if you're listening, Josh, which you probably are, don't give it to him. Next up, we have Luke. He's got
Boo.
Lamar Miller, Dez Bryant, Sammy Watkins, Devin Funches, C.J. Anderson, Chris Thompson, Deshaun Jackson, Nelson Aguilar. This is what we've talked about before. You have 2 guys on the IR. Put 1 guy on the IR, and you should have picked somebody up
Yep.
just to fill up your roster. That's the kind of stuff that just...
Can we side note for a second? I loved watching Dez Bryant yell on the sidelines to get the ball. immediately get thrown a pass and then fumble it. Did anyone else see that?
I did not.
Fantastic.
So who does he keep out of these guys? Lamar Miller, Bryant, Watkins, Funches, and maybe Anderson?
This team could be, well, all the players on this team, they could be in completely different landing spots. Miller, I believe the Texans can get rid of him if they're pretty cheap. Like, I think they'd get like $1 million in dead cap. C.J. Anderson might not be on the Broncos. Who knows if Deion Lewis will continue to get the type of workload he has gotten with New England? Because if he continues to get that,
What did that computer do to you?
hit me. If Lewis keeps getting the workload like that, he's going to be worth keeping. You look at what he's done in the past 6 or 7 weeks, and he's been a number one running back for him.
I think for guarantee it has to be Funches. Like, look what he's done. Obviously, the last 2
I
weeks
like
a little out of the ordinary, but look what he did like for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. He's pretty solid right there. Miller, like you said, it's going to depend on what the situation is. I like Deion Lewis. You guys know I love him. I drafted him 2 years ago, kept him on my team the whole year, and just kind of fucked me in the end there. Dez, he's going to be a keeper, but I don't know if he's worth it. I don't know if he's worth it anymore. He has not shown that playmaking ability that he's done in the past.
Yeah, Luke's got some work to do in the offseason. Not a ton, but a little bit to do. You know who's got a lot to do is one Tater King, Kevin Long. He's got Carlos Hyde, Cam Newton, Marshawn Lynch, Jeremy Maclin, Willie Snead, who started every week, which makes no sense, Rashard Matthews, and then on his bench he's got Doug Martin, Chris Hogan, Duke Johnson, and that's about it, guys.
Not pretty. I think Carlos Hyde, he's a possible free agent. If he lands, let's say the Giants, and he's the number one back, he's definitely worth keeping and has upside to be a number one running back. Marshawn Lynch getting up there in age. Who knows what you're going to get out of him next year. Cam Newton, not the biggest fan of keeping quarterbacks right now, especially with all the changes.
Have to with this team.
With this team right now, you have to. He definitely needs to make some moves. He doesn't have a wide receiver in my eyes that is worth being kept.
On a serious note, though, Duke Johnson is going to be one of our best keepers with the going to half-point PPR. He just set a Browns receiving record for most catches by a running back. You assume that Isaiah Crowell is going to leave the team.
Let's say they drafted Saquon Barkley, though. Then Duke Johnson's complete fucking trash.
I'm going to say that he's going to have 2 sneaky running backs. I think Duke Johnson, unless, like you said, they trade for a running back, which I think they're going to go for a quarterback draft, And I think Theo Riddick, I can see Kevin keeping him with the half-point PPR. He tends to catch a lot. Last 4 games was 5, 6, 3, and 3 for receptions. He has a chance. Amir Abdullah showed that he sucks. He's not a good player. And they like Theo a little bit better. I can see him keeping both those guys.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what Kevin does. Again, another guy that needs to make trades that hasn't made trades. So, see where it goes.
He stuck with Duke last year. I feel like he's got to stick with him again.
Yeah,
It's very possible. Next up, we have, whose team is this? Spencer's.
Don't even do it.
what's your team?
Spencer's team. 2 in the Plinko, 1 in the Stinko. He's got DeMarco Murray. Not LeGarrette Blount. Who you keeping, bro?
Deshaun Watson,
Well, let me look
Corey
at the team.
Davis.
Deshaun Watson for sure. Maybe Blake Bortles too. Keeping 4.
Keep Wayne
quarterbacks or
Gallman.
what?
Yeah, probably Corey Davis,
You have the worst keepers.
Deshaun Watson,
I'm close,
probably.
but
Man, why do I have so many quarterbacks on my team?
What the hell are you doing? Your team sucks. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, someone trade me shit.
Wayne
You have
Gallman,
4
maybe?
quarterbacks.
Get at me, guys. Looking for some trades here. Anyone besides Tim?
his best quarterback is Blake Bortles.
I don't know who he's keeping. Skip.
Yeah,
Yeah, just don't even do my team right
moving on. My team here. Possible keepers: Melvin Gordon, Deonta Freeman, Michael Thomas, Jamison Crowder, Mike Evans, Samaje Perine. And I picked a bunch of guys up off of waivers: O.J. Howard, Pierre Garçon, Joe Williams, John Ross, Chris Carson, and I got Carson Wentz.
Could definitely see you keeping Carson, but I think you got to lock in Michael Thomas, Mike Evans. Definitely see a bounce back here for Mike Evans next year. Gordon and Freeman, probably got to lock those in as well. Wouldn't count out you keeping Zach Ertz. If you don't, you're probably not going to get him back in your team. And you have a massive fantasy boner for Zach Ertz. I know that he's the background on your phone, and he doesn't have a shirt on. Kind of weird.
Josh trades probably a Devontae Freeman in the offseason and get some picks, and he's going to keep Ertz and D.D. Westbrook. He's going to add those two in there. He's a fucking nerd when it comes to Didi. And we
loves
all
him.
know he made sure to say every week, I have Zach Ertz in 4 out of my 5 leagues, guys. Like, you know by now, Josh. Trust
I
me.
just
we
gotta
know.
let everybody know.
If you're gonna keep Ertz, you might as well double down and keep Wentz.
In a sense, yeah, that would make sense.
I rode that through championship this year where I got smoked.
That sucks.
It's just hard to keep Carson Wentz when you could keep somebody like a Jamison Crowder who had, a shit ton of receptions this year in a league that would be PPR. So that's just where I'm at.
Don't keep him.
Next up, we have Joey. Last but not least.
Thanks.
David Johnson, Kareem Hunt, Julio, AJ, and Josh Gordon. Oh no, Kelsey. He'll trade Josh Gordon to Josh.
Nope. Keeping
something.
Josh Gordon. Kelsey's on the block. Demaryius Thomas on the block. And fuck everybody else. Unless if Bell goes somewhere, James Conner's the starter.
Well,
That's the only reason why I picked him up. But yeah, those are the 5.
David Johnson, yeah, that's David Johnson, Hunt,
Julio, AJ, Gordon.
yeah.
Maybe Kelsey. It depends on how I feel in the offseason. We'll see.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm not going to give Tommy any more credit for winning this year, by the way, FYI.
No, but I gotta say that since he paid for this pizza, I think it tastes extra good.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm
Extra
actually going to steal a
delicious.
slice without cheese now.
Yeah.
We got one without cheese for me.
did you guys see Jerry's message on the message board?
No, I don't.
Title is "Go Bears." In the body, it says "fart."
What the fuck is wrong with Jerry?
I'm just gonna say he was probably having a seizure when he wrote that.
Gosh darn it.
We're not laughing.
Oh, I'm
Josh
laughing.
laughs.
I am definitely laughing. That is fucking hilarious. All right, let's. So Tommy won this year. Will he repeat next year?
No,
He's not even gonna be in the league next year. We're voting him out.
he's gone. Payments, by the way, is $500, $325, $225, and $150 for anyone wondering.
And you guys can either get at me via PayPal, Venmo, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and pick it up from my house,
Chase Quick Pay.
or I can Chase Quick Pay it.
Or if you want an eighth of a Bitcoin, let Josh know as well.
No.
Cryptocurrency, baby.
did you see that on Facebook? Crypto, or was it Bitcoin, baby? And then he revs up his Lambo. God, that's so funny. But yeah, no, I will not pay you in Bitcoin. It costs too much. So, anything else, guys? Anything else for the league?
No.
No, that's about it.
I mean, I hope Tim's having like a terrible dinner right now. That's about it.
They went bowling.
It's her birthday, right? Tell her happy
Yeah.
birthday, Tim.
Yeah.
Where'd they go bowling?
I don't know. I told him to beat everybody and beat them bad,
He's by
Like just them two in bowling.
and the kids.
Probably a terrible time.
Kids
you ever went
can't-
bowling with little kids?
They can't even pick up a ball.
They have that little
I hope he did not
a
do the
little retard
bumpers.
thing you
I
just
hope he did
drop.
not do the bumpers for him though.
It's like a guided thing. You just put it on top of them, touch.
Oh god.
Well, no, like the
Oh,
bumpers
yeah,
are
that's right,
fine,
we
but
do
can they
have
even
that.
pick up a ball?
Yeah, no, that's what he's talking about. They put the ball on top of this like slide,
You're like,
and the
Tim will have
kid
to put
goes.
it up there.
The kid
yeah.
goes. Ah! They push it, and the ball goes down. All they gotta do is like steer it on where it goes.
Sounds like a terrible time.
Oh yeah.
You've never seen that?
No,
I haven't either.
Like
to be
weak
honest.
children.
but I'm super glad I'm not married with kids. Fuck you, Tim.
He can't even grow a beard like you because she won't let him. Spencer, your beard looks great.
Thank you.
It's true.
All right,
I put beard balm in it.
beard balls.
Balm.
Whoa.
You want to put balls in it?
No, I'm
Get
not
at
gonna
me.
put my balls in it. All right, that's all we got for you guys. We'll see you.